Hello, this is Stefan from CyberFox, and today we have a special video. We will go through every technologies, like most popular technologies that are used to create 3D configurators, so basically any web 3D graphics or related to that. So first of all, I need to make a disclaimer, right? I have a list of technologies, but yeah, they have different use, and some of them can be considered as engine, some of them are libraries, or basically some of them even like rely on each other. Like for example 3GS, yeah, it might be as a basis for some other engines, etc. However, these technologies are used to develop applications and web, and some people have like different preferences, and we will discuss what we recommend, what we use. It might be a little bit subjective, but I will be sharing like what we do in our company, and we have like around like 10 years of experience working specifically with WebGL based technologies, like bringing like 3D on web pages. Okay, let's kick off. So first of all, we have obviously 3GS. So I will, with no hesitation, put it into A tier because 3GS is a basics of the basis, right? I mean, we use it almost in 80 to 90% of projects because first of all, like this technology have really great community, and it's some sort of pioneer, right, in these fields, and it is robust, right? It have like great community. You can pretty much solve any task within 3GS, and it is very popular in terms like in the developers community as well, meaning like you can hire like much easier hire a developer that have knowledges in 3GS than anything other. So if you're building your solution using 3GS technology, you are not dependent on one single person that can only use that specific technology. So that's definitely A tier. The other technology is Babylon.js, which is some sort of alternative, like pretty much like one of the well-known alternative to 3GS. And the one thing you should know that if like 3GS is more so sort of like community-based and open source, Babylon.js is right now, as I know, like developed with Microsoft, and it's a little bit different approach that they use into like supporting this evolution of this technology, right? However, I will put it into the B tier in my subjective opinion, but what I can add is that there are probably not so much examples and not so strong community, which is one of the thing I put into the B tier, and it's not that much popular overall, which leads to sometimes to struggling when you are developing anything like relying on this technology. However, I also have to defend this library, like that when Microsoft took control over that, like they started to invest a lot of money in that, and this technology grows, and like Babylon starting like version 5, they also have like some incredible features to use. Like from what I remember, there was like mesh UI interfaces built in into the Babylon.js, which makes it really easy when you're developing like some VR XR application, which 3GS from other side, they had like you have to do additional libraries or like write your custom solution, that so it was like longer. And yeah, so that was like really nice benefit, but overall still B tier. But I think like maybe in near future they can actually be really nice competitors. Third one, MIDI pipe. MIDI pipe. So this is basically not really a library. This is some sort of additional library can be used on top or with combination with any of the libraries that we will talk about today. It is more about machine learning and some tracking, like you can easily implement face tracking features, like hand tracking features, and it is now supported by Google, which I really like, and because it started like a, you know, like some small project. The guys was like making like possible with RTC or other stuff, like you can track hands, face, you know, attach like 3D objects. It was seamlessly integrated with 3GS, Babylon.js, anything else. But it's not really popular right now, but it always going better and better. And we was testing like a few months ago, like developing some simple demos on using MIDI-pipe. It's nice, but I think still B tier. They are about to grow. Armory.js. Well, is also can be some sort of alternative to 2GS, but also not really direct competitors, right? So Armory is for me, and there is also another technology called Play Canvas. We will talk about it later. It's really nice engines, and here you can definitely call it as an engine because they have a lot of built-in features to build games, right? It's probably I will not gonna recommend to use it like for some general task, like you want to have like some simple 3D stuff or like some simple 3D presentation or any experience. To start with Armory, definitely no. But again, like if it comes to games, probably you should definitely take a look at Armory.js first. Next one, Shape Diver. Well, this is I had to put it into this list, but the Shape Diver is something that's set apart from anything of that. Shape Diver is designed to work with CAD. So basically, other platforms can also work with CAD, but not directly. So I think Shape Diver is very underestimated in terms of working with any CAD. And I know like there is a program like called Grasshopper, which contains some logic inside and can be directly converted to be used in Shape Diver and basically run the 3D experience on your website from the Grasshopper. With Grasshopper is like CAD program that help you design some manufacturing items, anything else like designing furniture, many options to use it. And again, like it has like direct support of CAD models. You don't need to convert them into the polygonal models, like where when using anything else in this list, you have to convert it most likely into something which we call polygonal, right? And CAD is different thing, and that makes it really useful in some cases, but probably, yeah, I still put into the B tier. But yeah, this, in case you work with CAD, you 100% have to look into it. I mean, in case you don't want to change to the polygonal graphics or something like that. So there's like another topic to discuss, like when you use polygonal, when you use, you know, like CAD, which mathematically describe models, etc. Verge 3D. Well, this one subjectively is my favorite, and I gonna put it into A tier. Why? Because first of all, we started to work with 3GS and Verge 3D when we started our company, and we started to build solutions, and the Verge 3D gave us the ability to make it fast and nice. Why? Because it had like direct support from direct integration with Blender. That was amazing, literally amazing, because we was able to not disrupt our workflow. Our artists mostly rely on Blender, and now Blender is like becoming like better and better. Like, you know, like when the Ubisoft decided, like the Epic Games like decided to invest into the Blender, and it still is open source, and now that it has like so many much more great features, and Blender was actually relying on that all the time. Like Verge 3D was relying on that all the time, and you can create anything like cool in Blender. Press one button and you have it as a 3D application, and like with one more button you can actually have it on 3D. It also have some extended abilities to do some simple scripting with visual puzzles, etc., which is also very nice. But it is really nice for artists, but it's not always covering all the cases when it comes like to very big development. Like we have a lot of big projects that have a lot of logical stuff, a lot of connections, integrations, APIs, etc. Then you probably choose to go to something like 3GS in that case. So that's why we was using these two technologies in 99% of time. Next one, 8-wall. Well, this is also really great technology or engine that focuses on one specific thing, like AR, VR, and other stuff. And what these guys do is that they created like their own solution, replacing like default WebXR, which is like used by 3GS or Babylon.js, etc., and make it better. But I cannot put it into the A tier because it's not an open source. Well, basically, they have their reasons, and I pretty much understand why. But it makes like hard to rely on this solution because it's more like you use it when you really have to build some AR experience fast, and they have really nice tool to do that. But if you want to have full control of what's happening, you cannot rely. But at least in our cases, we cannot consider the 8-wall to do that. We try that. Then, if we want to have everything in home, we just go 3GS and develop our solution based on that. Yeah, it takes longer, but you have full control and ownership of that. Where 8-wall is, we also use 8-wall in our development processes when we have agreement with customer that he is okay to pay 8-wall subscription, etc. And we develop the solutions based on that. And yeah, that's really awesome. But yeah, there's always pros and cons, right, to trade off. So put it into B tier. Unreal Engine. Well, you might be surprised why it takes place here, but yeah, it should be here because Unreal Engine probably like 4 or 5 years ago they also started to support options to export some WebGL experience from the engine, and I'm probably gonna put it into C tier, but let me justify myself. It is really nice sometimes to use Unreal Engine, and probably I'm gonna put it the Unity here as well right now. So they are really nice in terms of like developing games, and some really nice experience. Like Unreal Engine have pixel streaming technology, which makes the thing like that you basically have a CPU somewhere else, and it renders like really nice image and stream it to you. So like you don't have it like rendered on user side, but you're like renting some sort of server somewhere else with CPU, and like it renders like if you're playing a game like on your PC, right? And the quality can be magnificent. However, Unity also have some alternative to pixel streaming as far as I remember, but it's not less popular than Unreal Engine. But the thing is that you should use or consider Unity and Unreal Engine either if you are very rich and you want to make unique experience and you are ready to pay a lot of money into that, like for example for pixel streaming, that will be absolutely right. And with Unity, if you have your pipelines already in Unity, then you probably should consider Unity to also as extension for your application or game for web. So I know like big examples of using Unity, and like there's much more examples like the metaverse games like Decentraland or Zepita. They use Unity to have experience to bring experience to web, right? To some extension of the games. Decentraland have web version also based on Unity, etc. But again, that's really bad to consider like as a starting option, right? If you're developing like configurators, etc., you should definitely look at other solutions because it will take longer it is harder to maintain, and it is not a wide market of specialists that can actually support you doing that. Um, so, but again, like, it doesn't make these technologies bad. No, they are really nice, and I saw like really great examples. And probably sometimes you should actually go into there, like, if, like, again, like, if you have your pipeline set already there, you should only consider them, and regardless of any cons, right? Because there will be more pros anyway. But yeah, in terms of our experience, probably I will say that are unique cases when you have to use them. And again, like, one thing to add about pixel streaming is that that's expensive. And yeah, I mean, like, for some big brands that might be affordable, but if we're talking about solutions that in the first place, like, have to, like, improve sales, like, solve some problems, and you first, like, polish fine tuning, and like, you cannot start with very expensive option like having pixel streaming and renting a lot of servers, like, just to support, yeah, it working. And yeah, it also might take longer in average case. Okay, that's covered. Vectory, a really nice tool. I'll probably put it into the C tier. Yeah, I mean, it helps you to launch some experience fast. I will say it is somewhere near this tier because no, probably B tier. My bad. Like, I think probably B tier because they have a lot of integrations options. You can load your model, you can quickly set up some stuff right on the browser online, set up some animations, materials, blah blah blah. Press one button, have a link, and integrate it in your website via iframe or something like that. That's nice, but the thing is, it's not for big development. It's not designed that way. So it's just a nice tool to play around if you have like small store, etc., and you don't really need to rely on developers, artists, etc. You can do many things by yourself. It's really easy to understand how to use this tool. So I recommend to check it, but again, like, if we're going to big development, probably not. But yeah, that's my opinion. Sketchfab. Oh my god, like, this Sketchfab is well known platform for 3D artists and is well known by nice quality of 3D models there, right? And I actually really like Sketchfab, and like, 3D artists also will support me, I guess, in that choice, because like, you can put 3D model there. They have their own engine, they have a lot of stuff that you can fine tune, and your model look really nice. Like, and also, like, they also use like WebGL, etc., but they have like their own shaders. They did a lot of investment in that, so like, they really care about appealing image. But there are pros and cons, and the cons are that if you want to use Sketchfab engine, there is a subscription fee, there are other limitations, so it's not that straightforward. You will not completely own the product, but in some cases it is worth considering, actually, I will say, because again, like, they took care about a lot of stuff, like shaders, like materials, so you can really achieve and really fast, like, the image to look really nice. And we're like using the same thing, like, you basically can create anything that Sketchfab do with 3JS or Babylon.js, right? But it will take significantly more time. Yeah, so, and the trade-off is here, like, the ownership. So yeah, I mean, you think about it, but I will put it in the B tier. Okay, here's the guy. This is a blend for web, and 5 years ago probably I put it here, but now is D tier because it was a really nice company developing this solution. It also was integrated with Blender in the first place. It was magnificent, right? I mean, you can just create something in Blender. You can create animations, complex shaders, and these guys made it possible to just press extra button, and then you have the same experience in 3D, in web, yeah, in your web page. But I think the company closed since like 3 years or something. I added it to this list because I still have some questions, like is it like viable solution or not? It's not, unfortunately. And but again, like we now work with Virtually, and I know like some of the developers from Blend for Web, they actually just now working in Virtually and developing basically the same stuff. So, but yeah, this platform was a pioneer. Like, so in the very beginning of WebGL, I think in 2011, 12, these guys started like already to do magic like with this technology. So yeah, Play Canvas. So Play Canvas is also, like, in my opinion, really nice engine, but they have like different focuses, and I think like it probably can be considered actually for big development of games, or like maybe like 3D tours, something like that. Uh, they have really nice online editor to do that. They support like great, like they have online coding, etc. Like, so you can see all stuff, and they also have that collaboration experience, like so you can actually invite someone from your team to work on same project simultaneously online, which is really nice actually. Pretty rare experience. I think like no one of the solution have the same thing inbox, but Play Canvas do. But again, like I think as a starting point, or like they also have subscriptions, some other plans, so it really, you cannot really compare it to 3JS or Babylon.js even, right? That's not what you want when you're developing something big and you just want like complete ownership, right? But in some cases, I would highly recommend to consider that, at least to check that, because they like have a lot of things that can simplify your development process, and I mean like, and you can launch projects quite faster. And the last one, Spline. Well, this one is really nice. I mean, I think I put it into B tier as well. But what is Spline, right? It's a tool that you can create really fancy 3D models without any like 3D without any 3D software, right? So they have a lot of templates. You can create clothes, you can create some scenes of nature, um, and everything like just in browser, right? And you're gonna also, same as like Vectory. I think the Vectory is the closest example to that. You can press a button, like have a link, put it in your website, etc., and that's really nice. But again, it's really hard to consider this tool as like as a strong. Yeah, I mean, like you cannot develop application with some logic and integration, etc., using Spline. It's just another thing, like it's from another universe. It's to create some fancy 3D models, fancy 3D experience, maybe like some simple interactive experience, add it to your website. That's nice, and probably can be, in some cases, it can be really good choice, but don't be confused that you can do everything there. That you probably, when you then decide like, okay, I want to scale, create a nice configurator, maintain, connect it to something, you should definitely start thinking like about bigger solutions. So I mean, like to play around, really nice. To developing like big projects, probably better to spend time exploring like 3JS, Babylon.js, Word 3D, or anything else. Well, yeah, that was my tier list of Web 3D technologies. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I mean, I really hope that that was insightful and productive to listen to this. And I hope you have more ideas how to make better choice of this technology. Thank you very much.